several decades now, management thinkers and management gurus and authors and researchers have been consumed by this duality of expectations from every manager. The duality is between focus on task and focus on people. Obviously, it has always been maintained that it is most virtuous for someone to be able to strike a fine balance between task and people orientation. And the most exemplary manager and leader is one who can excel at both delivering on task and taking care of one's people. But I must admit that for several decades now, the match has been won by the task focus. People orientation has repeatedly failed. The reports of every engagement survey from every model seem to indicate that more and more leaders and managers are consumed by task, and the people focus is deteriorating. Why is it so? In my view, there are a few reasons for this condition. For one, as people become more and more individualistic in their orientation, they seem to believe that they will need to really take care of themselves and their needs and do not need to give too much mind space to the needs of other people. The manner in which performance and reward systems have grown seems to further reinforce the belief that if I set clear expectations and reward you very well, then it is incumbent upon you to deliver and do what is expected of you and not expect me to take care of you. Third, more and more managers and leaders are themselves insecure about their futures, about what is in store for them in the days ahead, and therefore have very little mind space for the people below them. And finally, as we celebrate virtues like leadership presence, executive presence, stakeholder management, selling oneself very well, and so on, we seem to be somewhat tacitly rewarding managers and leaders for their behaviors of managing upwards rather than managing downwards. So clearly, we are in a moment of history when the focus on task is winning supremely and the focus on people is losing quite bitterly. And that's one reason why people are beginning to have a very transactional marketplace relationships with their organizations, which is why we see unprecedented levels of attrition, which is why we see employees seeing no reason to return to their workplaces physically. So it's a choice organizations have to make. We can't carry on like this, but we can also try and turn things and take one affirmative step in setting the balance at least slightly right. And I really hope we do that.